because we're not middlemen. You're dealing direct with the developer. And one of the big giveaways with that isn't just all the legality and the registrations and everything we've got, is the fact that we give a 0% interest-free payment plan, and you don't really get to see a lot of middlemen doing that.
I have got on one of our apparel
Oasis
t-shirts.
Owners Club.
This is the Turtle Line tee.
So, welcome back to our Cayman Blueprint. And today, again, I'm with Mr. Blake Harrison.
Hello.
And also Ellie Ball.
Oh, full names today.
Yes.
And Anwar Owen.
Everybody knows me.
Or you could say Anwar Owen. Depends how you want to pronounce that.
Anwar Owen. All my clients and friends and family know me as Anwar Owen. He knows me as Owen. So, what we're going to talk about today, Ellie? Tell us that.
So, we're going to do our favourite of answering some of the comments we've had. But before we start, I just want to bring everyone's attention to, well, if you were listening to the podcast, it isn't going to make any sense, but to the viewers, Phoenix, what camera should I go to?
Go to that one. Apparel.
She's had a haircut.
I have had a haircut. But, can you see that, Phoenix?
Yeah, you can see that, yeah.
I have got on one of our apparel
Oasis
t-shirts.
Owners Club.
This is the Turtle Line tee. So this
Very
is
nice.
available on our website for adults, children and toddlers, as well as a whole other range of Oasis apparel. But I wanted to draw the attention to you, the advisors, and our clients, future clients. When a contract exchanges, they can actually pick out of the three, I think there's 3 options, of our t-shirts on exchange. So I'm in the Turtle Line tee. We've also got Oasis Owners Club and Club Oasis. But yeah, so any clients, if you're under reservation, remember at the end when you exchange, you get a nice little treat. You can pick a t-shirt.
Pick out your free merch.
Pick out your free merch. But on the website, there is actually also other options available for purchase. Jumpers, beach towels, beach bags. There's lots of cool stuff on there.
Give it a little while and everyone that's on the vacations in Cayman will have all the Oasis stuff everywhere. Yeah.
So, do you know what? I'm actually going to try it out and see what I'd like to buy. I've got quite a few t-shirts, but I'm sure there's new ones as well, Ellie?
Yeah. I don't think you've got any with the excitement on the back.
No, I don't. Do you, Blake?
I've got a couple of hoodies, actually.
Business in the front, party in the back.
Yeah. The hoodies are nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm definitely going to have to go on there then and have a look.
You'll be jealous now.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you said you didn't know, though, Blake.
I didn't know that they give them to clients.
Ah, right. Okay. So, I'm definitely going to let our clients know now, moving forward. So, next, Ellie.
Okay, so we're going to start with our first question.
Okay.
For you two, this should be an easy one. What size are the lots?
Well, they vary. They vary in size with a minimum size of 10,000 square foot. So they vary going up to 14,000 square foot, even beyond.
No, beyond, yeah.
Yeah, even beyond. Blake?
Yeah, we average around a quarter-acre size lot, don't we? And then some of them are bigger. And the bigger ones are the more attractive for a lot of people because they can go duplex size on them.
That's
over
right,
12,500 square feet.
And what's a duplex?
It is essentially 2 properties under one roof. So it's giving clients the option to keep one as their own. You know, they can have their own family photos on the wall, keep their clothing, belongings there so they can travel light and have one rented out all the time, or double up on the rental.
A very good point. And I will tell you, some clients have actually done that, haven't they? Built the duplex and they're making
got some
double
on Grand
rental.
Cayman, haven't they?
Yeah. So, talking about the sizes, they're all, like I said, a minimum of 10,000. But as Blake and myself will tell you, you can build up to 25%. And a lot of locations, you can build up to 3 floors.
It's funny as well, isn't it? Because, I mean, in my head, I wouldn't really know what 10,000 square foot is or quarter of an acre to visualize it. But when you're actually on the ground, especially on signature ones, the easiest way to visualize it, because people can see on our website, they've got the building pads in on the imagery of signature ones. You can see that sort of, it's not the final size of a house, but it's an example sort of footprint of what it could be. It's huge.
Yeah,
when you're on the
huge.
ground, the lots are
They are huge. They're not far off
It's
half the size.
deceiving,
Yeah, they're
isn't
not far
it?
off half the
Deceiving.
size of a football pitch. But when I'm speaking with clients and I'm saying is, you know, you don't even need to use all of your
No.
build space. A lot of the attraction of Cayman's the outdoor living space. Where our lots are given ample amount to build a beautiful sized home, but still really take advantage of all that
That's
outdoor
right.
living space.
I hear a
outdoor
lot, yeah.
kitchen, pool. Who wants to sit inside when you're in the Cayman Islands?
100%.
I hear it a lot, though.
100%. A nice patio
With
area
you guys.
outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that clients are saying they want a smaller home, they're saying, do I have to build these big houses?
Yeah.
A lot of them are wanting a smaller property.
But we do have that on the architectural drawings. Small little
I
villa-sized
think the Hamptons
houses.
are smaller
You've got the
size.
Hampton, you've got the
and
Cayman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the suite of architect designs that we give complimentary has got 6 different designs on. One of them is the duplex.
Yeah, so that's only eligible for
And then it kind of
12,000 up.
sizes down from there, but they're all gorgeous. Every one of them's nice. But it is, people are wanting modest builds, something that's going to be manageable, good for the rental.
I think that's a good point. Yeah, manageable.
And then the outdoor living space kind of is what brings the attraction to the
100%.
property.
So I think ending on that one, minimum size of 10,000 and beyond.
Yeah.
But plenty of size to do an awful lot with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
the 10,000 square foot ones are.
It's a big lot.
It's a big lot.
Yeah.
Okay, this one. Why pay a middleman? So this was a comment on one of our Facebook videos, and it just said, "Why pay a middleman?"
I think this is, again, we did a podcast a while ago about misconceptions and things
Yeah.
like that. But this is easy to think. When you're seeing all the marketing and everything else, you're probably just thinking that's a realtor that's taking on other people's lots and selling other people's lots. But again, go to the website, check out who we really are. So all the way on the back of your apparel top, since 2008, we've been developers. We're not middlemen. You're dealing direct with the developer. And one of the big giveaways with that isn't just all the legality and the registrations and everything we've got, is the fact that we give a 0% interest-free payment plan, and you don't really get to see a lot of middlemen doing that.
And that's
Ooh,
right.
That was
and
a
that's
good description.
100%, and very good description. But not only that, like Blake said, it's directly from us, the developers. And it's so simple now to check us out. Go on the podcast like we're doing today. Check us out on YouTube, social media. We're everywhere.
On the Cayman Islands
100%.
government website.
Yeah. Well, just check our legal documents. Go on
Exactly,
our
And
website.
to be fair, I'd check the same as well, because if you always think you're going to get a better deal and you can cut out the middleman,
Oh, yeah,
that's
100%.
the way of the world now, isn't it?
Definitely.
In this case,
Definitely.
you already have. We are the developer. We're very proactive with marketing as a developer. We don't really use agents to promote who we are. We do
No,
all
we
the
don't, yeah.
we do all the legwork ourselves.
I think what that does as well, it gives the clients, that safety and security to know they're dealing directly with us, the
Yeah.
developers.
And I think something to make clear as well is you're only going to get an Oasis location from Oasis.
And
Nowhere
Oasis
else.
parallel
100%.
from
And
Oasis.
Oasis Apparel.
Once you've signed up your deal,
He just said Oasis Parallel.
apparel.
Apparel.
Even I'm confused on that. Why don't you just say Oasis t-shirt? Anyway.
Anyway, should we move on to the next?
Yep.
Yeah, very well described that, Blake.
So another one
Yep.
comment we've had based off one of our images is, looks like there's power available, I see lines.
I see lines.
I'm assuming power lines on the
Oh,
picture.
right. I see lines. Okay, and it's right. Yeah, all our locations will come with the infrastructure of the roads, electrics as well, all connected to each location. But also, depending on which location you pick, the supply of water and facilities as well. So, depending on which location you pick, but they all do come with the roads, surfaced, and electricity.
So yeah, what they're
It
referring to
varies.
is the power lines.
Yeah, the
is
power poles.
On
yeah.
the development, they are fitted with the power poles already. So
Yeah.
when you begin your construction, you would then connect
That's
to that
right.
power off the road.
Yeah.
But in some instances where the infrastructure is ongoing, so for example, Signature, which is in phases, obviously 1 and 2 is complete. If you purchase 1 and 2, I think we have got a phase 2 available right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're probably gone by the time this comes out because that is
It's a
one-off.
lakeside location
A lakeside
as well.
location. I believe that's got underground.
Everything's city service there, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
got the underground supply.
Yeah.
Whereas more on the sister islands, it's more traditional.
And in other places
Yeah.
on Grand Cayman, but sorry. In the back phases, it will say incomplete, but obviously as part of your purchase agreement, by the time you get to the end of your payment plan, we usually
Within the
say,
payment period.
then your utility connections will be there.
And the
That's
advantage of obviously getting one of those locations now with the utilities already in place that we've already done, you can go ahead and build right away.
And I think-
Even within the payment term, by the way.
yeah,
Even
I'd
within
say
the payment
most have already got the utilities and infrastructure in place.
But
Yeah.
we work through it quite quickly anyhow.
Yeah.
You know, the infrastructure is obviously a focus of what we do. But yeah, sometimes you'll see the poles, the electricity poles where you're cabled above, and
Yeah.
sometimes you won't see them at all because in that particular location, it'll be a city supply service.
So remember, if you've liked what you've heard here today, don't forget you can contact us directly on oasis-land.com, or you can go to customer care at oasis-land.com. But also on Signature One, when we actually went last time, we actually seen them laying all the cables, the facilities all going in as well, amenities, all to each individual lot. So it tells you we're moving very quick. On Signature One, look how quick it's moving
And
at the
what
moment.
day actually was that? I've seen you.
That was on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, they work on a Sunday. We're moving very quickly for our clients. Like I said, we're limited on there now. So it's nearly sold out on Signature
Well, it's
One.
just the back phases, but we've just got this one on phase 2. So
That's right, yes. So if you want to have a look at them locations, go onto our website and you will see them lakeside locations.
Next question. Do you have land in Little Cayman? Not personally.
Yeah, of course we do. Yeah, we've got developments across all 3 islands. On Little Cayman we've got a couple of different options that are available, but right now you've got a location called Turtle Crossing. And before we were talking about size of lots, and on Turtle Crossing they're a little bit bigger than
Yeah,
the
they are
average
actually
that
quite
we'll
big
do.
there,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yes,
a
they
couple
are.
of them are almost 12,500 square feet.
I
That's
think some of the ones that have gone as well, they were like 14.
some of the corner ones
15,000,
were
yeah.
big, yeah, big corner
Yes,
ones.
and we had one that was 13,000. That's just gone.
And we didn't distinguish between price.
No.
We kept everything at the same price.
That's right.
That's a nice location, that development, 500 metres away from
Yeah.
the beach, close to Blossom Village, close to the landing strip. That's a unique. But yeah, Little Cayman's, do you know, I think Little Cayman's always been a steady for us.
Yes.
It's always been a steady. In all these 18 years, you've always got a category of clients that just want to escape the world, have that type of labour, even from Grand Cayman.
Yeah.
You get residents from
right.
Grand Cayman building second homes in Little Cayman because it is. Where else can you find something like that in the world?
So, Blake's quite right. I mean, locations on Little Cayman do sell quick. But it's because of the size of the island as well. Remember, it's only 10 miles long, 1 mile wide. And, locations on there, like Blake said, the Turtle Crossing, big lots.
I think we'll always
is a
aim to have locations. I mean, if you can imagine 50 minutes away from Miami, so you're coming from a hustle and bustle city,
Yeah.
and then you're in somewhere so unique like Little Cayman, 3 and odd hours from New York, 4 and a bit hours from Toronto. You can escape that city vibe and literally feel like you own your own island. Somewhere I think you'll find it hard in the world to find anywhere with first world-class infrastructure yet so laid back, so unspoiled. So it's always been a staple of ours.
So the next question is,
Yes.
which districts are the Grand Cayman lots located?
Right. Well, firstly, I'll tell you, Signature One is on the east end of Grand Cayman. Beautiful location. And yeah, easy access to both Rum Point area and to Georgetown. Very easy and accessible. Blake?
And we have a development in the Rum Point area, which is in the north side part of the island, which is another very convenient location as well, right across from the beach, like Signature One. And then you literally just a few kilometres and you can enjoy all the Rum Point area.
That's right. Rum
Beautiful
Point Drive,
location.
straight there in 10 minutes. Beautiful location, that. Beautiful.
Yes.
One of our newer locations, isn't it?
Newest, I'd say.
Yeah,
It's the
newest
most latest,
location
yeah.
on Grand Cayman.
I think anywhere it's our newest location, development.
Possibly. So, yes, Ellie, has that answered your question?
Yeah, it has. Right, okay, next up we're going to go with the latest Google trend, which I'm not sure if you've done these with us yet, Blake, but Anwar and I have. So
So we're going to let you answer these ones, Blake.
Discovery Day. What's Discovery
We
Day?
just had Discovery Day.
Yesterday. At the time of filming yesterday.
Time of filming, yeah, in Cayman Islands. And Discovery Day it marks the point where the Cayman Islands were
First seen
first seen, discovered,
by...
hence Discovery Day by Christopher Columbus.
Oh, Anwar, do you know the year?
Of course, yes, that was in 1863.
No, not your birth year. The year when they were discovered.
Oh! God, I walked into that one.
1503.
1503.
Yeah.
But do you
Yeah,
know which... Oh,
1503.
here we go. Here's a little quiz. Do you know which island or islands he first saw?
Brac.
That was actually Little Cayman.
Brac and
Brac.
Little Cayman.
Together.
Yeah, so they're not actually...
And why was it Brac? Probably because of the Bluff.
The Bluff.
Probably. Here we go.
And
Next.
actually, the Bluff is where they've just made the movie.
Oh, yeah.
And what's the movie called?
Even clients are saying about the movie on the phone now. We're getting clients, have you got anything on Brac? Because
Yeah, the
they've seen the
Bluff.
Netflix
Yeah.
movie, but it trended, right? It was like #1 in different destinations around the world. And it's all about Brac.
Okay. Off the movie, back to Discovery Day.
Uh-huh.
Another little quick question for you. Do you know what Christopher Columbus first named the islands?
Yes. I do believe it was Cayman.
No.
Like,
No.
Las Tortugas.
yes, but why did he name it Las Tortugas, Ellie?
Because of all the turtles.
Yay! And why did he change it, Blake, to Cayman?
So Blake came in this morning and said that the Instagram post was wrong and there's no way that Cayman became Cayman because of crocodiles. So we got Phoenix to fact check this and Blake was wrong. post was in fact correct, and the island did have crocodiles many, many moons ago that for one reason or other are now no longer on the island, so no one needs to worry about.
Yeah, I will just further double down on that. There are no crocodiles there now.
Yeah.
Don't be worrying about it.
I would like to confirm what Blake's saying as well, and actually,
I do concur.
Concur. There is no crocodiles in the Cayman Islands.
But we do like it when Blake's wrong.
Which isn't
Do you
very
know what?
often.
I will tell you though, I do back Blake on this one.
So you thought it was
'cause
wrong as
I
well.
did not believe we had crocodiles in the Cayman Islands.
But it's sort of nice, isn't it, that they've gone from back to our apparel line, actually. Las Tortugas is, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, sorry everyone who if I'm saying that wrong, is our newest accessories line on the website. So that is a nice little link back to our apparel lines.
What, crocodiles?
No,
Turtles.
turtles.
Oh, turtles. Okay.
And now
Yeah.
they protect the turtles.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Not like we did to the crocodiles, though.
So they went somewhere.
Yes.
knows
Most of it just moved.
No one knows where they came from or where they went.
Apparently,
so
they
I
moved
think-
from Cayman to Florida. That's right. I don't know. A bit like the turtles we Blake when they have 3-course meals.
No, that was a stingray.
Stingray. Yeah, that's right.
But I think that's a lovely day to celebrate the discovery of the islands.
Yeah.
Beautiful ending.
So
Beautiful
I think
ending.
they have lots of lovely celebrations with family, doing local traditions, and enjoying the day.
With no-
Celebrating the islands.
with
the three
no
beautiful
crocodiles.
Islands with no crocodiles, but turtles.
Protected turtles.
Yeah, 100%. And let's not forget.
And turtle line top on.
Yay!
We're really plugging the clothing line here.
Remember, if you want one of these exclusive t-shirts, all you need to do is exchange your agreement, make your purchase, and you receive one of these free of charge.
Or just go to oasis-land.com and you can buy any apparel you wish.
Zara, watch your back.
And what, have you had any interesting questions this week?
Quite a few, but do you know what, Ellie? One that does spring to mind, and it's actually a good question, which doesn't normally get brought up, but it is how accessible it is to travel around the islands. When you arrive on Cayman Brac, how do you do? Do you walk everywhere?
Just Cayman
How
Brac.
is it? And Little Cayman.
And Grand Cayman? Or just them two?
And Grand Cayman. We all know Grand Cayman, though. We know what Grand Cayman accessibility. You've
We
got
do.
car eyes companies there.
Our viewers
Well,
might not.
Are we arguing this point, Ellie?
Yeah, I think we are.
So they've obviously got car hire companies on all three islands. You've got car hire, and they're all conveniently located right outside of the airports and the landing strip.
Yeah.
That's
and do
right.
you know what? Little Cayman's car hire, you can actually buy some apparel. Not Oasis apparel.
Competitors.
Competitors. Because Anwar was going to buy a little hat.
But
Yes, I was, but you told me it didn't look right.
So outside of the rental, if somebody didn't want to rent, whether they didn't want to take a car or a scooter moped, is you can conveniently, even on the sister island, you can get around on those little mini
That's right.
taxi buses. And they literally just go around the island. You just flag one down, jump into them. You don't even need to be in a specific place for them. You know, you're just at the side of the road, and
we
they'll pull
were
over.
walking down by 7 Mile Beach, weren't we? And it started raining. So
Yeah, and we jumped on one.
We flagged one of the little buses down.
That's when we went to that shop you like.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
So
Yeah,
getting around's
so-
easy.
Yeah.
Very easy. But like we say, even on Little Cayman, it's unbelievable. But there's a car rental company there.
Yeah.
So it's so easy to get around any of the islands. Very easy.
And another question, which I was asked only yesterday by a client, and I thought it was a really sensible question, is, okay, I'm going to purchase my building lot, but are there any restrictions on when I can or when I cannot build? And it just so happened that on this development, all the infrastructure was in, title deeds are there ready to be transferred to the client. They can literally go ahead and build right away if they want to. But I also made the point is that we're giving you a 0% interest-free payment plan, but that doesn't restrict you from building. You can still go ahead and build on the lot even while you're managing your interest-free payment plan. But then on the flip side, I'm a rambling.
Anwar messed with his glasses.
But then on the flip side, if clients didn't want to build right away, because we do get that, right?
Yeah, of
Where
course,
they say,
yes.
you know, I'm planning for my retirement and I just want to use your interest-free payment plan to go along until they get there, they can build at any time down the road as well.
That's
Or
right.
not.
Or not at all.
Or
We get
never
that
build.
sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
We get some
And one of the good points, like you say, is the outline planning permission doesn't expire.
Yeah.
So it's always going to be in place for them.
And as Ali said, some people will generationally pass this on to the kids, the
'Cause it
family.
is- remember, it is fee simple, or as we say in England,
Freehold.
100%.
Okay, so if you want to ask any more questions for us to answer on the podcast here, then please contact us at oasis-land.com, where you can book a Calendly call, or in the description below, or email us at customercare@oasis-land.com. And if you did enjoy the podcast, please like, subscribe, and share to your friends so other people can find us.